Alec Kinsky with the season ticket and the circuit. On our third episode of Commit Corner here, joined by Paolo Banchero, our #1 recruit in the country on the season ticket, committed to Duke. Paolo, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining Alex and I. Really happy to have your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always fun being with you guys.
Absolutely, man. Well, I've known you for, covering you the past, 3 years for Seattle Rotary Style. Obviously, this summer was quite a bit different and unique. Explain the challenging summer for you and, I guess what it was like to miss EYBL. I guess your third go around there, and then, I guess how you accommodated and adapted.
Yeah, it was a bummer. It was real weird. Once the NBA season got canceled, I was pretty sure that UIBL was going to get canceled or not. Definitely postponed at least.
Right.
But yeah, not having UIBL this year, it's been rough just because this is probably the best team that I've been on and that we've had in recent years. So we was looking forward to making a very, very good run. But we've had to make the best of what we had. So we played 2 tournaments and went undefeated. Beat a good team, Phenom team. So we look good. We had fun. We made the best of it.
You in particular, I kind of circled you as one of the biggest, I guess, as one of the biggest bummers for you in particular, right? It would have been your third year. I had you tabbed as preseason, player of the year. And as you said, you guys had your best Rotary team probably since the UIBL started, right? Last year, you guys made it to Peach Jam, really good run. Talk about the UIBL program, just how it made you, I guess, a better player in person and, what it did for your life.
Oh, it's done wonders for me. I've grown up always knowing what the UIBL was. There was a couple tournaments that I played in when I was younger where the high school team came and they had a session there and we went with them. So I had a chance to, go to some UIBL sessions as a young kid. And it was always a stage I wanted to play on. And now it was a stage I dreamed of playing on, for Rotary. I do remember growing up, Rotary was really never good. I think the most I ever seen was they had 6 wins, I think, one year. But other than that, they was, pretty winless team. So that was, I wanted to change that for sure when I got to that level. And my first year playing 17s, we made Peach Jam for the first time. And then the next year we did. And this year I'm pretty sure we would have. So it's done a lot. And then just as far as the UIBL experience, it boosted my whole recruitment, I think. Before I started playing on the UIBL, I had, only West Coast schools. And then, after playing my first year, I was getting looks from all over. So it's helped me a lot.
2 questions, I guess, follow up EYBL style for that. You played, as at one of the younger kids to ever play in the EYBL. The first question, I'll ask the second one right after. Did you kind of have an oh shit moment, right? I'm kind of here, right? Kind of waking up. And when did that come?
I wouldn't say it came in session 1. Session 1 was I actually played really, really good, and I didn't really run into anybody who was, too much. But session 2, we played some tough teams. We played Mocan, we played Brad Beal, and we played New York Wrens. And I had to go up against, I guarded Nafali Dante, then I guarded Francis Okoro, then I guarded Kofi Cockburn. And yeah, that was probably that moment.
Three massive centers.
Yeah. Just huge humans, huge. It took up a lot of space. And I held my own for sure, but no, it was for sure a moment where I was like, okay, I'm here. And then the next session I had to guard James Wiseman. My fault. Next session I had to guard Isaiah Stewart, and he ran me up and down the floor. Then the next session I had to guard James Wiseman. So, it definitely toughened me up. But, after that, I was like, man, I can guard anybody. I can, play against anybody. So.
Did you have, I guess, a fondest memory of the UIBL you look back on?
Yeah, probably my last game at Peach Jam last year, which ended up being my last UIBL game ever. We played Team Durant. We was already out of contention to make the, next round. So, we was just playing. We was 0-4, so we just wanted to get a win. And we had played Team Durant earlier in the UIBL in Dallas and lost by 20. But we played them again and we jumped on them. I had 35. Should have had like 50. I was in foul trouble and I missed like 8 free throws.
I remember that game.
But no, I had a really good game and we played really good as a team. It might have been our best game out of out of all sessions. That last game, we got to win. So
Paolo, like we said in the introduction, committed to Duke. Just tell us what the pitch was that Coach K gave you that maybe influenced your decision to commit to Duke out of every other school that was recruiting you.
yeah, their pitch was a little different than most other schools. The way he saw me playing was a little different. He just preached freedom to me and, let me be able to, do what I think rather than think about what I have to do. Just do what I think and just be able to use my instincts and stuff like that. Because he saw, from just watching me play, I talk a lot. I tend to make the right play. So, just giving me the freedom to do that was their pitch and putting me all over the floor, not keeping me outside or not keeping me inside, but, just letting me play all over and just wherever I feel comfortable.
Which assistants, I guess, approached you from Duke? Who was, who handled your recruitment the most?
Coach Shire was the main assistant, but I heard from all of them, so that was also a big thing. I heard from, Nolan Smith a couple times, Coach Carrawell, Coach Nate James, Coach K a lot, but Coach Shire was the main coach.
Awesome. Obviously, they call themselves the Brotherhood. You got, it's a reputation, right? And part of that reputation, Coach K has built up. Definitely a player's coach. Definitely a guy that looks out for his own guys as well. I know he's been pretty vocal in the community and the social justice issues that are going on right now. I know you have as well. I've been keeping tabs on that, and I didn't know, and I won't go into specifics about the story that you and what you and Noah went through a couple years ago with your own run-in with the police. But talk a little bit about, I guess, having something happen to you individually in your life and how it kind of just, aside from living in America, as a black person, how that kind of made it, kind of hit it home for you and made it, you really want to, give back to your community and share your voice.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of opened my eyes a little bit. At the time, I was 15. I was actually in the middle of playing UIBL when that happened, my first year. So yeah, opened my eyes for sure. It let me know that none of this stuff don't only happen in the Midwest or down south. Like, it's pretty. It can happen anywhere. And yeah, it just wanted me to. It took me 2 years to really talk about it, but
Right.
made me want to use my voice a little bit and just preach to young black kids that you just got to be careful and you got to be aware of your surroundings and do the right things, know what to do when you're approached by law enforcement or anybody. So yeah, just wanted me to help a little bit.
I know Alex wants to ask you about a couple of questions about your high school season at O'Day. Before he does, are you guys doing any work right now with your high school team? What's the I guess regulations for you guys right now?
Yeah, we just started practice last week.
Okay.
So we practice Tuesday and Thursday. We do all the necessary precautions and stuff. But we're allowed to share a ball now, so we can really practice. We just clean our hands like after every, drill and stuff like that. But yeah, so we practice 2 days a week right now.
So going into your season, senior season, Paolo, what are some goals that you may have set for yourself or your team?
Yeah, we wanted to be good on a national stage this year. I don't know if we'll really get the chance to because of all this, but I thought we had a good showing last year in the City of Palms. We lost in the quarterfinals by 6, I believe, to Gonzaga, who was a good team. And then we lost by I think 8 to Archbishop Stepinac. So we had a good showing on the national stage. We got like 7 seniors this year, 6 seniors. Whole starting 5 is seniors. So yeah, our goal is to for sure win a state championship, but to also be good on a national level. But this year, we might just have to settle with a state championship.
Do you change your game at all between high school and UIBL? I guess what you bring to the table and I guess your skill set, do you approach it differently?
Yeah, I changed it a lot. I tell people all the time, like I changed my play style almost completely depending on where I play. Like I'm just versatile, so I have no problem playing any kind of way. UIBL, I had a mismatch a lot of times on the floor. I had a slow big man guarding me a lot, so I was able to get the ball in the mid post and go off the dribble and post up a lot. I was getting a lot of post ups, but high school we run 5 out pretty much the whole game. Pass, screen away, curls, all that. So actually, I'm really not inside a lot. I would actually like to go inside a little more, this year, just so I can get easier buckets and stuff like that. But yeah, high school, I would definitely say I show a lot more of my perimeter game, just because that's the offense we run. That's just where I have to be, I guess, is outside because we're running 5 out, passing screen away. But I still, I'm inside, averaging 13, 14 rebounds. So I'm not staying out on the perimeter at all.
It's kind of a stark contrast between how guys usually you go to grassroots and big guys become perimeter guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly the opposite with you. And, I know Coach Jamal is big on, highlighting those mismatches inside. And if you got a big guy on you, your versatility does just that. So, Alex, go ahead with yours. I know I cut you off.
Yeah, no problem. Final question from me, Paolo. Just going to break down your game a little bit. 6'10" forward. You can basically do it all on the floor, man. You can get the rebound yourself, push it up, get your teammates involved. Like you were just touching on before, very good in the mid-post area, facing up, hitting that mid-range jump shot, grabbing 13, 14 rebounds a game like you just said. How do you see yourself fitting into Duke's play style and system?
Yeah, I see myself – sorry about that. What was the question again?
Yeah, I just broke down your game a little bit, and then I just asked.
Yeah, your playing style.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna fit really well. Just being able to do everything. If you look at past players, in Coach K's system, he's never really limited a player to only doing one thing. If you look at Zion, if you look at Jason Tatum, if you look at Jabari Parker, if you look at even Marvin Bagley, he was able to do a lot of stuff. So with his best players, he lets them, play their game and gives them the freedom and allows them to make mistakes. He's a great teacher, so he's going to let you make mistakes. He's going to teach you, and you're going to learn from those mistakes. So I see myself fitting well, just because I know when I get there, there'll already be great players there, and hopefully we can grab a couple more players to come along with me and AJ. So, we're going to have a great team, and I feel like I'll be able to really thrive just because I love, sharing the ball. So, being able to throw the ball to other elite players, like that's a dream come true for me just because, I'm not going to have to, carry a heavy load or anything. Like I'm going to be able to get others involved and make others look good.
Yeah, I just got one more question for you, man. What do you got to say to the Duke fans from the basketball side of things and on the student and teacher side of things too? What do they have in Paolo coming into their school and their system as a person?
Yeah, basketball wise, I would just tell them, to be excited. Hopefully by the time, I'm there, we can have everything will be back to normal. We'll be back with full capacity fans and all that. But yeah, we're gonna have a great team. I'm not gonna say too much, but we got more coming on the way on the recruiting trail, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, as far as the basketball side, just be excited because it's gonna be great. But socially, I'm excited to be in North Carolina. I love it in North Carolina as a whole state. I've been there like 4 times, and I got family out there as well. So, I'm excited to be there and live there for however long. And yeah, I'm a social person. If you ever see me around, don't ever be afraid to come up, say hi, anything. I'm talkative and, I'm a warm person. So, yeah.
A couple more questions here. Are you going to play for the Italian national team? Is that in the plans? What's your plans?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. I'm on the Italian national team, and I actually go out there in the end of November. We play.
Oh, wow.
In European Championship qualifiers or something. We got 2 games in Estonia, and we play a smaller federation, a smaller country first, and then we play Russia. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that's going to be an experience for sure.
Throw you right into the fire, man. Plus, you'll be traveling globally now. That's super cool.
Yeah.
especially the COVID time. I was going to ask this in a more serious way, but it sounds like after what I've read and hearing you talk about Duke, that this wouldn't be a realistic opportunity anyways. But I want to hear about the pitch for potentially going to the G League, right? I know I'm giving all the Duke fans a heart attack, listening to this right now, but whether you go or not, the pitch is there, right? So I guess how seriously have you thought about that? Have you seen what other guys are doing? And I guess if there is an appeal, what is it, if any?
Yeah, it's definitely an appeal. Like, there's been a couple NBA players from my city who texted me about it, and said it would be a good thing for me to do just because they believe in it and stuff like that. They trust the NBA, and that it would be a great spot for me. Not saying not ever, they're not putting down college, but they
Right.
just telling me to really consider and look into it. And I have talked to Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
Yep.
I knew him for a while, since like 7th grade, so a good relationship there. But I decided that I'm gonna stay at Duke, just after talking to my family. It wasn't a hard decision, and playing college basketball has been something I've been wanting to do, dreaming to do. So yeah, I'm playing, going to college.
And you can't replicate the college experience having been there, and then the fans and just the atmosphere. I think that type of pitch needs a strong counter pitch to turn that down. So yeah, good to hear, man. I know it's a pat on your back just for being offered, and being I know they're not looking at just anyone, right? So
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, thanks for hopping on here with us, man. It's been a pleasure covering you over the last couple of years. We're excited to cover you this season at O'Day, and yeah, appreciate having you on, Paul.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Thanks, Paolo.
Sounds good. Take it easy, man.
You too.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.